Hello my kings, queens, and fellow non-binary leaders, and welcome to today's video. Today is gonna be another reaction video again to Rai because I love her videos and reacting to them is lots of fun. As you can see, I'm here with the ultimate amount of comfort because I heard we'll need it today. So again, I have the Halloween themed kitty here and tea because comfort. And yeah, today we're gonna watch her Boku Akakuro, I can talk, Boku Akakuro Ken Demon AU, and I'm so excited for it. So let's get on with it. Let me just say I'm really excited for this. My a few thoughts beforehand. Do I know anything about the plot? No. uh, Ryan, I talked about that for her, like she would make a Halloween special and I would do a Christmas special in return, though of course my Halloween special is also coming out very soon. Though it might already be uploaded at the time I publish this one, so yay. Um, so yeah, I go in this completely blind, only knowing that I think Akashi is gonna be human while the other three are gonna be demons, which I'm so excited for it. I know that it's probably gonna be angsty because it's Rai's channel. Are we expecting anything else? No. So let's just get started with it because I really have no idea what's gonna happen going into this. So yay! Love that intro. I have to mention it. It's so adorable. It's so soothing.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here and like the video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button for more content. Thank you for watching. Hello everyone, welcome to the Halloween special. This is the first of two parts. Now, I originally wasn't going to do a Halloween special, but it seems I've been challenged and I cannot turn down a challenge.
I would never.
So enjoy this failed attempt of a demon AU.
I'm excited.
The sky was littered with stars, with the moon brightly shining Akashi's path on this rather dark night. He wanted to stay after class to ask his professor questions regarding assignments he was confused on, but ended up getting sidetracked because of his own studying at the library.
I love the voice acting.
He truly wished
the
he
music.
hadn't had to
It's
resort
so
to
suspenseful.
asking his professor for help, because he was more or less of a creep. Now it was way past nighttime, and he just started on his way home, when he got stopped by a pitiful sound. His eyes swiftly skimmed down a dark alleyway. There were no people, but the noise continued. Hello? He risked taking a step into the dark alleyway that even the bright moon couldn't shine down on.
Akashi. I love him so much.
A few cautious
Nothing
steps in,
could
he decided
happen to
turn
him,
back
okay?
when he
Please
jumped
not.
out of his skin, feeling something caress his lower leg. He jumped back, seeing a cat.
A cat? A cat, you say?
Oh, it's just a cat. He laughed at himself
cat?
for being so jumpy. Maybe he was just restless.
Anyone
after a
else
day stepped
thinking
behind
that
closed
it's
doors with his creepy
either
professor.
Kuro or Kemma?
He crouched down, petting the purring cat beneath its chin. You're such a sweetheart, aren't you? The
There
cat
was-
meowed in response. Do you have a home? He wasn't too fond of taking care of animals when he was barely able to manage the bare minimum for himself, but he also
Relatable.
can't leave a stray out on the streets. Not when he'd already become too attached.
Aw, looking at it once already
Stood
being
up.
attached. Yeah,
Come,
cats have
we're
that
going
effect
home.
though.
The cat surprisingly followed, not giving the raven much of an option. Once the two arrived at Akashi's little apartment, the college student began making himself some dinner while setting aside some raw tuna for the kitten. After finishing his supper, Akashi walked over to the kitten, who was still happily chowing down on its meal.
This is so adorable.
Do you have a name?
You would like some Freddy Jr., wouldn't you?
The kitten looked up at the gentle sound of the human's voice and tilted his head. Why am I asking like you would actually respond?
I mean, like,
He
Yeah.
laughed to himself, concluding that
I was
it was
gonna
just
say
a
the
long day
thing.
that was getting to him. He rose from the crouch position and walked to his bedroom, ready to sleep away today's exhausting events.
Me every time after school.
Once he laid in bed, he jumped in surprise when the kitten jumped onto the mattress and found a comfortable spot that just so happened to be the top of Akashi's chest.
Well, now you're not allowed to move anymore.
The weight on his chest was like no other cat he'd ever felt. Jeez, you're heavy.
Are you saying he's fat?
That must have been some good tuna. He chuckled, petting the cat underneath his ears.
A cute little chubby kitten.
Seeing the kitten up close, he was finally able to observe some features that was difficult in a dark alley. The cat had a mixture of blonde and light orange fur,
It
with
came
a
up, right?
singular stripe of dark brown going down its spine,
Oh,
and
cool.
brown-tipped ears.
Look, I love demon AUs, and
Its eyes were a shining golden
just-
color.
no, Raya's gonna make this amazing and
You're a
great.
pretty kitty, aren't you?
It's Gemma. I know
The
it's
cat
Gemma.
replied with a purr, rubbing its head against the former setter's hand. Akashi always shared a big part of his heart with cats, given he'd grown up with them. Maybe this cat appearing in his life was a sign not to live alone anymore.
Aww.
It would be nice. Eventually, the sleep in his eyes grew too much, and he fell asleep with the kitten snuggling on his side. Akashi
Adorable.
woke up with a start. He looked towards his window. It was open, showing the apparent dark skies of the night. He guessed he was only asleep for a few hours, but he doesn't remember opening the window.
Suspicious.
Deeply thinking about it, he doesn't think he's ever opened it. He looked down to the kitten, who was still asleep. At least someone can stay asleep with this unbearable breeze.
Okay, so it wasn't Gemma?
He rose up, going to shut the window when he heard a whisper that echoed in his room.
I have
It
questions.
was like someone was calling out to him. He shook his
Protect me.
head.
Click.
No. This was just a dream. He will wake up soon. He felt a large hand grab onto his shoulder with large talons digging into his collarbone. The ravenette screamed, using the baseball bat that was propped against the windowsill, and slammed it over the thing that grabbed him, making the wood break.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Breaking free from the gnarly grasp, he turned
gotta be
looking at
fine.
the person, or rather thing, that grabbed a hold of him.
Jeez,
He sharply
I didn't thought it would get this intense this quickly. We're only 6 minutes in, and mind you, like a minute of those perhaps is already like the intro. So, okay, this is escalating quickly. I'm excited. Okay, let's just pray it's one of the others. I mean, of course, I don't know him yet, so that might not end well either. But look, I'm hoping for a happy end. I really do, and jeez. Let's continue.
inhaled and fell to the ground, petrified at the sight before his eyes. His own eyes were locked in a golden, menacing glare. His pupils were in the shape of a thin line, and his long fangs were shown through his snarl. He had white hair with the stripes of black hair hanging right
Bokuto!
above his eyes, while
Bokuto.
bulky, steel-black horns protruded from his head.
Demon Bokuto. Yes.
Akashi's legs felt like jelly, even though he was no longer standing on them. He was scared. The demon's jet black
yes.
wings blocked his path, giving him no chance of escaping.
Like Bokuto could already, if he wanted to, be scary in like real life. Just, you know, from my merely 148 centimeters tall, looking up to him. Yeah, he could be scary, but Demon Bokuto, like imagine him just even taller. Just wait until he smiles, and then everything, all the scary stuff will be forgotten. Easy.
He was in danger.
No, not at all. They're
He was
just
going to die.
demons in
The
your...
baseball bat didn't even
Sorry.
make him flinch. How could he take down this demon? No, that was illogical. There was no such thing. This must be a dream. It has to be a really, really realistic one.
Yeah,
Where
just
is
convince
he?
yourself of that.
The voice was deep, dangerously low, sending shivers down his spine. Where's who? The demon's fist collided into the wall above Akashi's head, making him sink even lower to the ground.
Oh my god, just that scene. Oh my god.
Don't play dumb, human.
Imagine it. Visualize it.
Where is Kinma?
Oh my god, oh my god.
His voice was kept at a low grumble that Akashi could have swore that shook the whole house.
I love this.
The demon turned away when he heard a small, soft voice coming from the corner of the human's room.
Okay, that surprised me.
Ko? The demon's features immediately softened upon hearing the voice and went towards his side. Kinma! Kinma? Akashi dared to glance towards his bed. He didn't know how, but there was a human on his bed, or what appeared to be a human. At first glance, they were human, if it wasn't for the ears or tail on them.
I love the use of they them
The
pronouns.
cat!
Oh my god, it's
What are you doing? Akashi grabbed a hold of his chair that was tucked underneath his desk and slammed it over the demon and proceeded to run over to his bed to grab the kitten and run out of the apartment. But there was no kitten. Just the human that had a hint of similarity as the kitten from before.
He just like punched Bokuto
You were...
with a chair.
He was cut off by the demon from before, grabbing him by his throat and pinning him against the wall.
Oh my god.
It knocked the air out of him, and dots started dancing in his vision.
I can see why. Oh my god.
He couldn't breathe.
I need
He
more
was so
tea.
stupid. He risked his life for a kitten that wasn't even a cat. It was another demon.
Gosh, you're not stupid. Everybody
air
would
was
risk
leaving
their
his
life for
body.
Kenma,
He was
obviously.
dying. The pressure in his throat was suddenly released.
The
making him
music,
gasp for
though?
air, and that made the battle fighting the darkness a little easier. Akashi looked up, seeing the kitten that he assumed went by the name Kenma in front of him. Kotaro, no. Don't kill this human. Are you crazy? This human tried to... This human fed me and helped me when I was lost. Kenma turned towards Akashi, nudging his head against his hand, silently asking to be petted. The human decided against it, still trying to wrap his hand around what was happening, from the fact that the kitten he picked up just so happened
He
to be a
could
demon.
resist
An
Kenma.
acquaintance from what he
Kenma
can
who
tell,
wanted to be
was
petted.
out to kill him to get the
Unrealistic.
kitten back. But he couldn't say no to those pleading eyes.
Exactly.
He found his hand running
Exactly.
through the long, soft blonde locks and was glad to hear the kitten.
Told
cry.
ya he couldn't
What human?
resist.
He wasn't sure what he was. I like this human. The demon whined. First you pick up a vampire, and now a human?
Don't tell me Kuro's the vampire.
Kenma nodded. You were talking about me?
Oh my god.
Akashi peeked over the two demons in front of him, seeing yet another one hop into his bedroom window and walk up to him. Come on, another demon?
Akashi, I
entire
feel
life,
for you.
He'd never even heard of demons before. And now there were 3 in his room?
You picked up the wrong kitten. Or the right
last
one.
demon
in
was
this.
dressed in dark clothes, and he has hair sticking out in every direction with beady red eyes and 2 noticeable fangs standing up from the rest of his teeth.
I love that description.
This was a vampire. The vampire walked up towards him and sniffed at Akashi's neck. What are you doing?
Bro, if you realize that he's a vampire and he comes closer to you, specifically your neck, I don't know, I would get perhaps a crucifix or a stake made of wood, garlic, anything. Like, just to consider it. Well. Oh my god.
You smell good.
Yeah.
Type O negative. That's my favorite. so rich and sweet. Kenma stepped in front of him. He isn't your food. He is mine.
He's Kenma's food. Oh, I
He
see.
didn't want to be treated like some object, but couldn't find the courage to speak up for himself, knowing that all three of them could easily end his life in a heartbeat.
Looks like the tune-up wasn't enough.
He sunk to the ground and ran his hands through his hair that seemed to be longer than he remembered. This would be the moment he would wake up, right? This is all just a terrible nightmare that would end soon.
Oh, poor Akashi. Like, the whole supernatural world just decided, instead of slowly introducing him, it'll be like, hey, here's all the stuff at once. Ah, yeah, that must be overwhelming, so, yeah. Yeah. Oh my god.
Kenma was glued to his side on the floor, while the other two demons were sitting on his bed. I hope you know we aren't leaving until we get Kenma back. What? Too bad. I don't want to leave. I like this human.
Okay, Kenma's so cute.
Whoa, wait. And I have a name. Kenma looked up at him and smiled. I guess we should formally introduce ourselves.
But that's
I'm
such
Kozumi Kenma.
cat
I'm a
behavior,
Bakeneko.
right? Like, that's cat behavior.
I'm Kuro Tetsuro. I'm a vampire.
Cats decide who they like and who they don't like, and if they like you, you are their possession. It's cat's behavior. Oh my god. Poor Kashi.
The human turned towards the demon from before, who seemed to tower over him. The name is Bokuto Kotaro. I'm a dark fae, and you might know me by my father.
His father.
He's the one who is Satan's right-hand man, Asmodeus.
Ooh.
Akashi
Now
raised
things are
his
getting
eyebrow.
interesting.
I'm sorry, who? All three demons turned towards the human, perplexed. Asmodeus, king of demons. Have you never heard of him? I'm afraid not.
Well, I hate to tell you, Kuro, but demology is not typically taught in schools anymore. I wish it was. It would be much more interesting than mathematics. But, well, yeah, the mortals have gotten kind of boring these past years. Centuries.
He laughed nervously. But this is just a story, and you are all just cosplaying that jumped through my window, which I could call the cops for, because that's illegal.
No.
Cosplaying?
Just
He
imagine
bursted
that.
into a loud
for a second.
laughter that echoed Akashi's tiny bedroom that was made for only one person, so 4
I
grown
mean, I
adults
could
in
see
one room was a bit much.
Bokuto and Kuro doing something like that, though.
I can assure you, we're the real thing. The raven rolled his eyes. I don't believe you. Wait, Akashi lived on the 5th floor.
Well,
How did you get to my window? The corner of Bokuto's lips turned upward as his wings spread wide, almost as if it were on command. This is a realistic cosplay.
I love how much he's in
No,
denial. I mean, I get it.
That's entirely illogical.
I mean, whenever I hear or read these stories or see it in movies, I'd be like, yeah, no, I would be so much smarter. But just think about it. Think about an actual demon appearing in your room and like, yeah, I'd be in denial too. I'd be in denial for like ever. Like, even if it was a vampire, like, they could drink my blood and I would still be like, huh, you're really dedicated to this cosplay. Oh, damn.
This dream had been going on for too long.
Because it's not a dream.
Just wake up already. He froze, feeling a strong arm wrap around his waist and strong hands that were the same as before, but this time his talons were digging into his skin. What are you? He yelped, feeling his feet leave the floor, and soon it wasn't just him levitating. Bokuto was too. The Fae dashed out of the apartment from the window and flew into the dark, starry night with Akashi screaming in his arms.
Let's just hope he's not mad anymore that Akashi
Put me
kidnapped Kenma.
Not until you believe us. He teased. The raven looked down, seeing
Honestly, if I were in Bokuto's situation, and I'm sorry, I know I'm interrupting a lot, but if I were in Bokuto's situation and there was a mortal that didn't believe me, I would just have fun just being my demon self next to them and wait until they wouldn't be in denial anymore. Like, I'll just observe them, be like, how long till they notice? Like, obviously they've noticed already, but think it's a cosplay, so I think I would have my fun with that. Like,
the landscape of a city far below him. If he were to fall, he would surely perish.
Bokuto
He walked
probably
his
would
arms
let
around
you
the
fall.
demon's neck, feeling his fear of
Probably.
heights that he never knew he had kick into full swing.
Cozy.
I believe you. Just put me down, please. Bokuto was no fool. He could sense the strained feeling from the human well. Because he fed on fear and sorrow, Akashi was practically oozing fear.
Poor Koshi.
Bokuto flew back inside the window and gently placed the smaller on the ground. Did you have to scare him? The Neko rushed to the human's side to check if he was okay, nudging his head against his chest, but instead felt a warm liquid. You're bleeding. Bokuto's eyes widened. It was whenever he was infuriated, thinking someone kidnapped his lover and had bad intentions, letting his talons sink into his skin.
Okay, but we love protective
That's
Bokuto.
well.
Not possessive, but
Kudo covered
protective.
his nose, fighting the urge to hold back.
Important
almost too
difference.
much.
Very much.
That's my bad. I'm sorry. A demon apologizing. Hilarious. First,
Well,
they barge into his home, harm him,
very-
scare him, and then they have the audacity to think a mere apology would fix everything.
But like, at
He's
least they
livid.
are apologizing. That's better manners than most humans.
He wanted to lash out, but he also didn't want to make the incident like this change him and bring out the worst in him.
That's your concern right now?
Just do whatever you came here for. It was to take Kima back, right?
I need more tea.
Yeah. I'm not leaving. Akashi sighed. He really shouldn't have picked up some random stray cat.
Well, learn
Please
from it
do
and
something
just do
about
better
that.
next time.
He pointed to Akashi's injury, which made Bokuto step into action. What are you doing? Don't touch me! Don't interfere. I'm trying to heal you.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust him with that
I
either.
don't need your magic. He yelled out, slapping his hand away. Well, it's either my magic or deal with him. He pointed to Kudo, who was biting at his finger to suppress the urge of letting his instincts take over.
Oh my god. I
He
feel
can't
so sorry
control
for him.
himself when he's like that, especially when it's a human's blood he smells. He couldn't argue with that logic. But what the hell even is logic anymore?
Yeah, well,
Within seconds, his wound was fully healed, making him doubt everything he ever knew. Kinma stood up and closed the window, blocking the rising sun from shining into the room. Aren't you leaving? I already said I wasn't, and it's kind of too late for them. I can easily disguise myself into a cat to blend into the human world, however Ko and Tetsu can't. It wouldn't make sense to see two flying demons in broad daylight, would it? Besides, Tetsu can't be in the sunlight. Kudo chuckled.
so I'm
I
sensing
can. It just makes me weak.
like walks in the
So,
moonlight,
You're staying.
midnight dates, and
All
picnics.
three of you? It
Beautiful.
appears so. Akashi sighed. Just what mess had he gotten into?
Oh, and stargazing, of course. God,
For
why
some
do I say that?
peculiar reason, Akashi thought it was smart to leave his home in the hands of three demons.
And
As much as he wished for another option,
he
there
thought
wasn't one.
Akashi was the smart one.
He couldn't miss class no matter how odd the situation may be. Like, for instance, the cat you picked up turning into a demon. Just everyday things.
You really can't? Like, I'm sorry, but if my worldview was shaken like that, I mean, I guess I could understand it when class kind of would give you stability. Like, I don't like to go to school most of the time. It's important, very important. Listen, my community, before someone says I'm a bad example, it is very important, but I don't like it for the most part. But I think if my worldview was shaken like that, like completely turned upside down, I would actually take some kind of comfort in it, simply because it's no, like it would help me to stay in denial for a little longer. So I would get that and be like, oh yeah, I can't miss class, when in reality all you want is a little bit of stability. But other than that, like demons showing up, I think it would justify not going to school for a bit. Just a thought, because demons.
Sitting in class taking notes, Akashi got his professor's iron gaze, honestly making him prefer dealing with Bokuto's wrath, or maybe even Kuro's uncontrollable thirst for his blood. Alright, class dismissed.
And again,
The
demons
student
are
hadn't
much
even
better
noticed
than
that class had
class.
finished. Time flashed before his eyes. Except for you, Mr. Akashi.
This is
Keiji froze.
getting
Of course he had to get
suspicious.
stuck behind with this creep.
Not in a good way.
Once the other students left the room, the professor shut the doors. Did last night's meeting help you with your studies? Yes. Thank you for helping me.
Does he have
He lied.
anything to
He
do?
couldn't necessarily tell his professor that instead of using those new methods, he was flying out the night skies of Tokyo with the Prince of Demons.
Why not? Just tell him. It's not
That
gonna
would be
have
one
any
hell of a story.
repercussions.
Anything for my favorite student. Akashi gazed up at
You.
the old man that was his teacher. His once jet black hair was now a dark gray, reminding him of a salt and pepper shaker. He had lines tracing his aged features with thin-rimmed glasses balancing on the edge of his nose. The teacher leaned in onto Akashi's desk.
W.
My Keiji, you have beautiful eyes.
Ew.
Akashi, please. And thank you. I got them for my mother. She must be a beautiful woman.
God, I'm getting uncomfortable.
Yes, she was. The professor cleared his throat, suddenly feeling uncomfortable. If you don't mind, sir, I really need to get home. I have a new kitten that needs attention. Yes, of course. Let me know if you need any more help. Akashi nodded his head.
Run,
Already regretting
Akashi,
asking for
run.
help in the first place.
Demons are the much better option.
What even was his deal?
Ew.
It bothered him. More than he'd like to admit. Once the
It
Raven got
should
home,
bother
he
you
was surprised
a
to see
lot.
the vampire and Neko cuddling on his couch, fast asleep.
Aw.
Unfortunately, the Fae was still awake. Bokuto had a bowl of cereal in his hands, walking around the kitchen shirtless with damp hair. At least he wasn't trying to kill him anymore.
No, just to seduce him,
The student
obviously.
made his way to his desk to work on those methods that he learned the night prior. He sure as hell didn't risk getting involved with the professor for no reason. Bokuto peeked over Akashi's shoulder. Can you not breathe down my neck? What are you doing?
He's distracting. Yeah, Bokuto.
Homework.
Very much distracting.
Well,
I can
that
see
sounds
why.
boring.
It is
Akashi rolled
boring.
his eyes. What would you know? Demons have school. We spend our first 100 years of life in school. I did not like those days.
Suddenly, I'm very well aware why demons are so evil. 100 years of your life in school. Oh, damn, that's a special kind of hell. That's a very special. If that is hell, I have to change my lifestyle. Fuck. Damn it. Damn it. Oh
He felt curious. Bokuto-san, how old are you? Bokuto had to think on that question. Around 161? I usually lose count, it's been long. He chuckled at his own cluelessness. When... You can't be serious. Just how long do demons live?
Forever.
Well, it depends on the species. Dark Fays are roughly 400, so my old man is about to kick the bucket. He laughed, and Akashi.
One second though. If they have different lifetimes, like how long they live, depending on the species, does that mean that Boku Akakuro Ken will all die at different? No, I don't like that. Just know it breaks my heart when soulmates die 10 years apart. Oh my god, no, I don't want to imagine that. I don't. Okay, let's continue.
Akashi couldn't help but wonder what type of relationship he had with his father. By that joke, he didn't think it was good.
Fair enough.
Vampires are immortal, so Tatsuro won't die. But
So-
there are ways to kill them.
So
it's not
he'll
easy.
watch all of you die? No.
With Kenma's case, it's kind of complicated.
No.
He is actually part Bakineko and part Archdemon.
Suits him.
Archdemon. He's heard that term before. But from where? Bakinekos live up to 13 years, but that contradicts with his Archdemon blood.
Just 13 years?
So it's all uncertain.
Wait, how
Wow.
old is he?
Humans' life expectancy is roughly 70 years. Bokuto giggled. You humans are so fragile.
Yeah.
That soft voice and kind expression made the smaller pause and question whether or not this was the same person as last night who resembled nothing more than the devil himself. Yeah. He was confused. He wasn't sure what to believe anymore. Is something wrong? His mind flashed to the professor. No, why would something be wrong? Come on, Keiji. I'm the Prince of Demons.
I mean, it's really telling that when asking if something wrong, his first thought is not with the literal demons, including a vampire who is very much out for his blood, and another demon, a dark fae apparently, who almost killed him. No, his first thought is with the professor, so very telling. But on the other hand, very much understandable. I feel for you, Keiji. It's gonna be right. Now you have demons who look out for you.
I feed off of negative emotions. His chest fluttered at the use of his given name. It bothered him before, so why was this different? Well, eat up the stress of a college student, there will be plenty to spare.
Yeah.
He laughed at his own joke, but Bokuto didn't seem to buy it. What? This isn't stress. Bokuto leaned in and sniffed the smaller. This smells like fear and uneasiness. Are you still scared of us?
I'm sorry, Bao. Even though I know that Akashi, despite better reason, will obviously fall for you, though there is good reason for that. But typically, you cannot expect to just show up to a human and them not being scared after just like 12 hours or something, because, you kind of destroy their worldview and your demons, and you kind of kill human and feed off of negative emotions, so just saying.
What? No. Why did he get so defensive about that? You guys are actually not bad. I'm not scared of you. The Fae paused.
Not that reasonable.
Keiji,
But
is someone
well.
making you scared? There was a dark glint in Bokuto's golden eyes.
oh, he's getting protective over Akashi.
No, don't be ridiculous, Bokuto-san.
Akashi.
Keiji. Akashi bent his lips into a tight line, feeling his anxiety grow with the conversation continuing, which the demon undoubtedly noticed. He sighed. Look, I can't force you to tell me, but please promise that if it gets bad, you'll tell me. This was unexpected. Why would a demon care so much about a human's affairs? Okay. Akashi felt a weight on his lap. He looked down to see the Neko still rubbing the sleep from his eyes. Well, there went his plans of studying. You didn't tell me you were home. Kenma wrapped his head against Akashi's, letting his ear flick in satisfaction until wrapped
No,
protectively
this is so
around
cute.
him.
This is so cute. This is so
You
cute.
were asleep. You could have woken me. Yeah,
Yeah, but-
right. You spend 2/3 of your life asleep.
Also, you never wake up a
Akashi
sleeping
left
kitten.
lightly, seeing the
They're
nectar
too
retreat
adorable.
back into Akashi's neck. How precious. Kenma raised his head, blushing at the human's comment. Where's Tetsu? Isn't he asleep? He's been awake this whole time. He doesn't sleep. That is true. Ken just gets lonely.
Aww.
Akashi
this
looked
is
outside the
adorable.
window. It was getting dark. That means they would leave soon, and Keiji would be alone again. That's how he likes it anyways. So this is fine. It's fine.
Taking a liking to them.
It was a dark, empty void that endlessly went
I
on.
thought it was
The
over for a
hellfire
second.
of the underworld raged on. The flames burned everyone that dared to seek out the ruler of the underworld, Satan himself. The inferno was scalding hot to even stand. Only those chosen are allowed to venture on forward.
I love
Special
how it's
permission must be
written.
granted to be in the presence of Satan.
Oh my god, that's so
Your
good.
Majesty, I need your help. Mammon, how odd to see you in that skin. I need this to keep my cover for a little longer. Mammon, the demon known of the deadly sin, greed.
I'm nervous.
He
Who is
felt
he?
his lips turn upward in a diabolical way. This is to get what he wants.
This is not the professor, right?
Your needs are never ending. What is it you need my help for?
Oh my god, this is so well written.
Mammon ran his hand through his salt and pepper locks. He hated
Fuck,
how
it's
his
the
human
professor.
form made him appear so old.
It's the professor.
I've had my eye on a human. I want him.
New.
I won't rest until I get him. Can you help me? Being the ruler of the underworld can be uneventful, especially in these ages. So for once, one of his archdemons offered a deal for some fun.
No.
Where do we begin?
No. They don't like this.
That is the end of the first part. I was going to try to have the second part ready to upload the next day. However, the mountain load of my assignments really just said no, so I will definitely try to get the second part up early next week. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you like to be kept up to date, check out any of my social medias. I hope that you all have a wonderful day or evening.
I say this after almost every reaction video to Rai, but we have to talk. Oh my goodness. Darling, how dare you? I mean, okay, give me a second. So, last thoughts, final thoughts, last thoughts. Oh my god, that sounded bad. Not dying just yet. Final thoughts. It was not what I expected, but I loved it. I loved it very, very much. The way it was written. Oh my god, it was so well written. Oh, I love the words he used. I'm an absolute sim for good wording, just like beautiful wording. I loved the story. I loved Kenma as the cat. Oof, so cute. I am super curious, and you know, when I thought it was ending, like before that last scene, I was actually thinking like, oh, for once it was not a cliffhanger, and then that happened. So, I mean, I called it. He was the professor, and the professor did have something to do with it. I'm proud of myself, but at the same time, no, why? Oh god, poor Akashi. He can't get a break. Like all the demons. I mean, I get get it. Akashi is amazing, but God. Look, the second part needs to be up soon, otherwise I will lose my freaking mind. Loved it though. Loved it very much, so. Anyways, I hope you liked it as well. Please consider to leave a like and subscribe if you liked it. And of course, same for Rise channel and video. Check it out. It is amazing. And I can't wait for the second part. And if you want to have the second part much earlier than I do because I have to record a video about it, go to her channel. It's so great. And now I hope you have a wonderful and amazing day. Bye!